Hello and welcome. No matter what time of day it is, this moment is the perfect opportunity to reset, refocus, and take control of your mind. Before you dive into the chaos of your day or unwind from it, there's a powerful ritual you can begin that will shape your mindset and your actions. Today, we're talking about how to discipline your mind every morning using the ancient wisdom of stoicism. We live in a world that's constantly pulling us in different directions. Messages, notifications, to-do lists, expectations. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to feel like the world is dictating how we should feel and act. But what if I told you the key to mastering your day lies in how you start it? Imagine waking up or preparing for the next day with clarity, calm, and control over your reactions. The Stoics, the philosophers of ancient Rome, understood this. It's not the world around us that shapes our lives, but the way we choose to respond to it. In today's video, we're going to explore 5 powerful Stoic practices you can use every morning, or at any point in your day, to center your mind, ground your emotions, and set the tone for a life that's truly yours to control. These aren't just ideas, they're tools. Tools that Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus used to live their lives with purpose, composure, and inner peace. So whether it's the start of your day or the beginning of your evening routine, if you're ready to transform your mindset and your life, let's dive in. It all starts with discipline, the discipline of your mind. Lesson 1. Start with silence, the power of silence in the morning. Every day we wake up to a world brimming with noise. Our phones beep with messages, our minds race with thoughts of the tasks ahead, and the demands of the world are loud and persistent. But before you dive into the chaos, take a moment to embrace silence. It is in this quiet space that your mind can reset, reorient, and reconnect with what truly matters. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic minds, would begin his mornings in stillness, away from the distractions of the world. Silence is not just the absence of sound, it's the presence of clarity. It's a tool for gathering your thoughts and preparing yourself for whatever the day holds. Why silence is essential for discipline. In the modern world, it's easy to believe that filling every moment with activity is the key to productivity. But in truth, productivity begins with presence. Silence allows you to become fully present in the moment, free from the constant pull of external distractions. It creates space for the mind to focus on what's truly important: your thoughts, your intentions, and your purpose. When you wake up, before you check your phone or start planning your day, sit in silence. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and simply listen to the stillness around you. This practice isn't about escaping the world. It's about grounding yourself in it. The more you cultivate this silence, the more you'll be able to control your reactions throughout the day. Silence as a tool for emotional control. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the ability to control our emotions. The Stoics believed that our emotions are not inherently good or bad, but are shaped by our responses to external events. By starting your day in silence, you give yourself the opportunity to take control of your emotional state before the world has a chance to overwhelm you. Silence allows you to observe your thoughts without judgment, to notice where your mind naturally goes. Are you anxious about the day ahead? Are you already stressed about what's to come? This awareness gives you the power to choose how to respond. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can choose a calm, measured response. The first step in self-reflection. The Stoics valued self-reflection as a means to improve and grow. Silence is the ideal environment for this practice. When you start your day with quiet reflection, you create the space to examine your thoughts and intentions. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve today? How do I want to show up in the world? What can I control and what must I let go of? In this stillness, you begin to separate the noise of the world from your own inner voice. You start to hear what's truly important to you, rather than simply reacting to the external pressures that surround you. This is the foundation of true discipline, the ability to focus on what you can control and to release what you cannot. Building a habit of silence. The more you practice starting your day in silence, the easier it becomes to integrate this into your life. It's not just a one-time event, it's a habit that over time strengthens your ability to remain calm and centered, no matter what comes your way. This daily ritual doesn't need to be long or complicated. Start with just 5 minutes of silence and gradually increase it as you become more comfortable. Remember, the Stoics didn't believe in perfection. They believed in consistent effort. By making silence a part of your morning routine, you build a habit that sets the tone for the rest of your day. Over time, this small practice will become a powerful tool for maintaining clarity and control, no matter how chaotic the world may seem. The benefits of starting your day with silence. When you begin your day in silence, you set the foundation for a peaceful, disciplined mind. You're not reacting to the world, you're proactively shaping your experience. The benefits are profound. You'll experience greater emotional control, a deeper sense of inner peace, and a more focused approach to your day. By taking just a few minutes each morning to connect with the silence, you create the space for everything else to fall into place. The Stoics believed that the external world cannot disturb our inner peace unless we allow it. Silence is one of the most powerful ways to guard that peace. When you start your day with silence, you start it with strength, the strength to face whatever challenges lie ahead with calm, clarity, and purpose. Lesson 2. Control your reactions, the power of response over reaction. In life, it's not the events that disturb us, but our reactions to them. This concept is one of the cornerstones of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, the ancient Stoic philosopher, famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." How you respond to the world around you, whether it's a stressful situation, a difficult person, or an unexpected challenge, determines the quality of your life. Most people react instinctively, driven by emotion and impulse. But the Stoic way teaches us that we don't have to be slaves to our reactions. Instead of letting emotions control us, we have the power to control how we respond. This is not about suppressing your feelings. It's about taking a step back, gaining clarity, and choosing a response that aligns with your values and purpose. The first step, awareness. The first step in controlling your reactions is awareness. Without awareness, you cannot change your response. In moments of stress or anger, pause for a second. Instead of reacting immediately, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What is the root of my emotions? Am I making this situation bigger in my mind than it truly is? This simple act of questioning helps you to separate yourself from the initial surge of emotion. You are not your feelings. By recognizing them as temporary, you can choose whether to give them power or to let them pass. This awareness is the key to maintaining control over your reactions. Emotions are temporary, but your response can be deliberate. Emotions, by nature, are fleeting. They rise up quickly, but they also fade away if we don't fuel them with our thoughts. When something triggers a negative emotion, whether it's anger, frustration, or disappointment, it's easy to feel like we have no choice but to react. But Stoicism teaches us that emotions don't dictate our actions. We can choose how we respond to them. For example, imagine you are faced with criticism or an unfair comment. Your immediate reaction might be defensiveness, perhaps anger, or even shame. But you have a choice. Instead of snapping back or internalizing the criticism, you can pause and consider how you want to respond. Do you want to react out of anger, or do you want to respond with dignity, calmness, and wisdom? The Stoic teaches us that we can rise above the initial emotional response and act in a way that aligns with our highest self. The freedom found in control. When you take control of your reactions, you experience a profound sense of freedom. Instead of being ruled by the ups and downs of external circumstances, you gain the power to choose how you engage with the world. No one can make you feel anything without your consent. The people who insult or criticize you, they may be able to say things that hurt, but they cannot control how you respond. You are in charge of that. This sense of control gives you the ability to stay calm in chaotic situations, to maintain your composure in moments of stress, and to act with clarity even when emotions threaten to overwhelm you. It's a freedom that comes from knowing that nothing can disturb your inner peace unless you allow it. The role of perspective in reactions. A major part of controlling your reactions is shifting your perspective. The Stoics understood that it's not the event itself that causes distress, but our perception of it. Two people can experience the same event and have entirely different reactions based on how they perceive it. One may see an obstacle, while the other sees an opportunity for growth. Take a difficult situation at work, for instance. Perhaps a project didn't go as planned, or you didn't get the promotion you were hoping for. Your initial reaction might be disappointment, frustration, or even anger. But if you shift your perspective, you can see this setback as a lesson. What can you learn from it? How can you grow from the experience? By viewing life through the lens of opportunity rather than frustration, you take away the power from external events and put it back in your hands. This shift in perspective is the foundation for controlled, intentional reactions. The practice of responding, not reacting. A Stoic doesn't simply react. They respond. There's a critical difference between the two. A reaction is automatic, driven by emotion and instinct. A response, on the other hand, is deliberate, intentional, and guided by reason. The more you practice this concept, the easier it becomes to choose your responses. Instead of automatically reacting to a situation, you take a moment to pause, reflect, and choose how you want to show up. Over time, this becomes a habit. You'll find yourself more calm, more composed, and more centered, no matter what life throws your way. Why control of reactions leads to true freedom. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the belief that true freedom lies in our ability to control our own minds. The world can be chaotic, unpredictable, and often unfair, but your ability to control how you react to it gives you the ultimate freedom. When you stop allowing external circumstances to dictate your emotional state, you free yourself from the tyranny of external forces. This freedom doesn't mean that you won't feel emotions. It means that you won't let them control you. By learning to control your reactions, you take ownership of your life and cultivate an inner peace that remains undisturbed, regardless of the storm raging outside. Lesson 3. Practice gratitude, the transformative power of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just a feeling. It's a practice, a way of being that can profoundly shift your mindset and perspective. In a world that often encourages us to focus on what we don't have, practicing gratitude reminds us of the abundance that already exists in our lives. The Stoic philosophers understood this concept well, and they emphasized the importance of appreciating the present moment, regardless of external circumstances. Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic thinkers, wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This quote highlights how our tendency to focus on what we lack or what's going wrong often magnifies our struggles. Gratitude, however, has the power to shift this focus. It helps us see not just the challenges we face, but also the blessings we've been given. This simple shift in focus can bring a sense of peace and fulfillment that money, success, or possessions cannot provide. Gratitude turns obstacles into opportunities. It's easy to be grateful when life is going well, but the Stoics teach us to be grateful even in the midst of hardship. The true test of gratitude comes not when things are easy, but when they're difficult. When faced with obstacles, it's easy to fall into a mindset of complaining or resentment. But a Stoic approach encourages us to ask, what can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger? By practicing gratitude in tough times, we begin to see obstacles not as burdens, but as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often reminded himself to be thankful for life's challenges, seeing them as a way to build resilience, patience, and wisdom. In his meditations he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is one of the most powerful lessons gratitude can teach us. It's not about ignoring the difficulties in life, but about reframing them. When we choose to be grateful for the lessons hidden in our struggles, we start to see challenges as necessary parts of our journey, not roadblocks. Gratitude deepens our connection with others. Gratitude isn't just about appreciating what we have in our own lives. It's also about recognizing the contributions of others. The Stoics understood the importance of relationships and community. Practicing gratitude for the people in our lives, whether they're family, friends, or colleagues, deepens our connection to them and fosters a sense of mutual respect. By acknowledging the ways others enrich our lives, we shift from a mindset of entitlement to one of appreciation. This gratitude can be expressed in simple ways, through a kind word, a gesture of support, or even just a moment of recognition. It's about letting those around us know that their presence, their actions, and their kindness are valued. When we cultivate gratitude in our relationships, we not only improve our own sense of well-being, but we also contribute to a culture of respect and positivity. In a world that often focuses on competition and individual success, Practicing gratitude helps us remember that we are all interconnected and that we owe much of our success and happiness to the people around us. Gratitude cultivates resilience. The practice of gratitude also strengthens our resilience. Life's challenges are inevitable, but our ability to endure them is shaped by how we perceive them. Gratitude helps us develop an attitude of acceptance, allowing us to stay grounded even when things are tough. When we focus on what we have, rather than what we lack, we create an internal foundation of strength. Instead of being overwhelmed by the difficulties we face, we become more adaptable. We learn to appreciate the small victories, the quiet moments, and the simple pleasures that life offers, no matter how challenging the circumstances may be. The practice of gratitude allows us to approach life with a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. We begin to see every experience, good or bad, as a gift. This perspective fosters a sense of peace, as we learn to accept both the highs and the lows of life with equanimity. A daily practice of gratitude. While it's easy to talk about gratitude in theory, it requires daily practice to truly integrate it into our lives. One of the most effective ways to cultivate gratitude is through a simple daily habit. This could be taking a moment each morning to reflect on 3 things you're thankful for, or journaling at the end of the day about the positive moments you experienced. By consciously focusing on the things we're grateful for, we train our minds to notice the good in our lives. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and gratitude becomes a lens through which we view the world. It shifts our focus from what's missing to what's already present, filling our lives with appreciation, contentment, and peace. Gratitude's impact on our mental health research has shown that practicing gratitude has a powerful effect on our mental health. Studies suggest that people who regularly express gratitude experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Gratitude helps to rewire our brains, shifting our focus away from negative thoughts and cultivating a more positive outlook on life. For the Stoics, mental well-being wasn't about avoiding pain or discomfort. It was about learning to embrace life as it is and finding peace in the present moment. Gratitude is a key part of this process. By practicing gratitude, we train ourselves to focus on the positive aspects of life, which in turn strengthens our mental resilience and emotional stability. The legacy of gratitude. Gratitude is a timeless virtue that transcends the ages. From the Stoics to modern-day psychology, it's been recognized as one of the most powerful tools for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. It has the ability to transform our mindset, our relationships, and our overall well-being. When we make gratitude a regular part of our lives, we begin to experience the world differently. We no longer take things for granted. We start to see each day as an opportunity to be thankful for what we have and to live with a greater sense of purpose and appreciation. Lesson 4. Visualize challenges. The power of visualization. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools in a Stoic's mental arsenal. It's about preparing the mind to face challenges before they even arise. The Stoic philosophers, especially Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, recognized the value of training the mind to expect difficulties. They understood that life will inevitably throw obstacles in our path, and how we respond to those challenges can define the course of our lives. Visualization doesn't mean imagining a life free from struggle. Rather, it's about mentally rehearsing how we will respond when the inevitable difficulties come our way. This practice allows us to meet challenges with composure and resilience, rather than reacting impulsively or with fear. It's an approach that transforms adversity from a source of anxiety into an opportunity for growth. Anticipate what might go wrong. One of the core elements of Stoic visualization is the idea of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This concept involves consciously considering the worst-case scenarios and accepting that life may not always go as planned. In doing so, we reduce the shock and emotional impact when adversity strikes. Instead of fearing failure, pain, or loss, we learn to expect these difficulties as part of life's natural rhythm. By mentally preparing ourselves for hardship, we make ourselves stronger and more resilient. It's not about being pessimistic, it's about being realistic and ready. When we visualize challenges ahead of time, we remove the element of surprise and replace it with mental fortitude. This approach allows us to stay calm and collected in moments of crisis. Instead of reacting with frustration or fear, we can respond thoughtfully and with control. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Reframe adversity as opportunity. Visualization is not just about preparing for difficulties, it's also about transforming how we view them. The Stoics taught us that adversity is not something to be avoided, but something to be embraced. Challenges, when viewed through the Stoic lens, become opportunities for growth. When we visualize challenges, we must also visualize how we will use them to become stronger, wiser, and more virtuous. Every obstacle is an opportunity to practice patience, courage, and discipline. By shifting our focus from the pain or inconvenience of the challenge to the lessons it can teach, we change our relationship with adversity. This shift in perspective is essential for cultivating resilience. Instead of seeing setbacks as insurmountable, we begin to view them as stepping stones on the path to self-improvement. Visualization helps us anticipate how we will rise to the occasion, turning what could be a moment of defeat into a moment of triumph. Visualize the emotional response you want to cultivate. Visualization isn't just about preparing for external challenges, it's also about preparing our emotional response. The Stoics were keenly aware that our emotions, if left unchecked, can lead us to make rash decisions, say things we regret, or act in ways that undermine our integrity. By visualizing challenges ahead of time, we can also practice how we want to respond emotionally. For example, if we anticipate a stressful situation, such as a difficult conversation at work or a challenging personal decision, we can mentally rehearse how we would like to handle it with calmness, patience, and clarity. Instead of letting emotions like anger or frustration dictate our actions, we take control of our responses, practicing self-discipline in advance. Epictetus often said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Visualization empowers us to control that reaction, rather than letting our emotions control us. Through this practice, we strengthen our emotional resilience and deepen our ability to stay grounded under pressure. Prepare for the unexpected. Another key element of visualization is preparing for the unexpected. While it's impossible to predict every challenge we will face, we can visualize our ability to adapt and respond to whatever life throws our way. The Stoics knew that the universe is unpredictable, and they understood that we can never truly control external events. What we can control, however, is how we adapt to them. This mental preparation extends to everything from minor inconveniences to major life disruptions. Whether it's a flat tire on the way to work or a personal loss, the ability to adjust and remain flexible is a skill that can be cultivated through visualization. By imagining ourselves calmly handling a variety of challenges, we build the mental muscles necessary to handle whatever comes our way. The importance of routine. Visualization. Visualization is most effective when practiced regularly. Just as physical training strengthens our bodies, regular mental training strengthens our minds. Incorporating visualization into your daily routine, whether through meditation, journaling, or quiet reflection, can have a profound impact on how you handle challenges throughout the day. By making visualization a part of your morning or evening routine, you prepare your mind to face the inevitable difficulties of life with strength and poise. As you visualize the challenges that lie ahead, remind yourself of the virtues you wish to cultivate: patience, courage, wisdom, and self-control. These are the qualities that will guide you through difficult times, and visualization helps keep them at the forefront of your mind. Visualization as a stoic practice for growth. Ultimately, visualization is about more than just surviving challenges. It's about thriving in the face of them. It's about seeing adversity as a teacher rather than a threat. The Stoics didn't seek to avoid hardship. They sought to rise above it, using each obstacle as a stepping stone to a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. When we visualize challenges, we remind ourselves that we are capable of handling them. We reinforce our belief in our own strength and resilience, which makes it easier to approach life with confidence and composure. With each visualization, we build a mental framework that prepares us for whatever comes our way. And when the time comes to face the real challenges, we are ready, calm, focused, and empowered. Lesson 5. Embrace the day with purpose. The power of starting the day with intention. Every new day presents an opportunity to start fresh, to shape your thoughts and actions with purpose. For the Stoics, how we begin our day sets the tone for everything that follows. By embracing the day with a clear purpose, we ensure that our time and energy are focused on what truly matters. This isn't about filling the hours with meaningless tasks, but about committing ourselves to meaningful actions that align with our core values. When we wake up in the morning, we are given a blank slate. Yet, far too often, we let the noise of the world fill this space before we even have a chance to decide what we want to accomplish. The Stoic approach teaches us that to truly live with purpose, we must begin each day by reflecting on what is most important. This reflection guides our actions, ensuring that we move through the day with intention, not distraction. The Stoic morning routine. For the Stoics, mornings were a sacred time for reflection and preparation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, begins his meditations with a list of the virtues he aims to practice throughout the day. This practice is crucial because it allows him to set a strong foundation before confronting the external world. Instead of waking up and immediately reacting to the demands of life, he first takes time to focus on what is within his control: his thoughts, his attitude, and his actions. You can adopt a similar approach by creating your own morning routine. Start by reflecting on your purpose for the day. What do you hope to accomplish? What virtues do you want to embody? By dedicating just a few minutes each morning to this practice, you set a powerful intention for your day. You remind yourself that you are in control of how you respond to what comes your way, and that every moment offers an opportunity to live with greater meaning. Aligning your actions with your values. Purpose is not just about making to-do lists or achieving external success. True purpose comes from aligning your actions with your deepest values. The Stoics believed that a life well lived is one that is consistent with virtue. By embracing the day with purpose, you commit to acting in accordance with your principles, regardless of external circumstances. Take a moment each morning to identify the core values that guide your life. These might include integrity, courage, wisdom, or compassion. Ask yourself, how can I embody these values today? This reflection brings clarity to your actions, allowing you to move through the day with a sense of alignment. Whether you are facing a challenging situation at work or interacting with others, you can always choose to act in a way that is consistent with your values. Rejecting the default mode of living. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to slip into autopilot. We wake up, go through the motions, and let the day unfold without any real thought or intention. This is what the Stoics called living by default, responding to life's events as they come, without taking time to reflect on how we want to show up in the world. Embracing the day with purpose is the antidote to this mindless living. Instead of reacting to the world, you become the creator of your own experience. By choosing how you want to approach each moment, you break free from the cycle of unconscious living. This doesn't mean that every day will be perfect or that you will always achieve your goals. But it does mean that you are taking responsibility for your life and how you live it. Setting realistic goals for the day. Purposeful living also involves setting realistic, achievable goals. The Stoics didn't believe in grandiose ambitions that lead to frustration when unmet. Instead, they advocated for clear, manageable objectives that align with one's values. When you start your day with purpose, think about what you can realistically accomplish. What small steps can you take today to move closer to your long-term goals? These daily actions, no matter how small, build momentum and contribute to your overall sense of fulfillment. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the demands of life, but when you break your day into manageable tasks, it becomes more attainable. Whether it's working on a project, spending quality time with loved ones, or practicing self-care, every action can be infused with purpose if you approach it with intentionality. The key is not to focus on the outcome, but on how you show up in the process. The importance of reflection. At the end of each day, the Stoics practiced reflection. This wasn't about evaluating success or failure, but about considering how they had lived according to their purpose. What went well? Where could they improve? Reflection allows us to learn from our experiences and adjust our course for the future. By taking a few moments before bed to reflect on your actions and thoughts throughout the day, you reinforce the habits of intentional living. During this time of reflection, ask yourself, did I live according to my values today? Was I mindful of my reactions and my choices? Did I prioritize what matters most? These questions help you assess whether you are truly embracing each day with purpose, or if you need to recalibrate for the next one. Living with purpose beyond the morning. While it's important to start the day with purpose, this mindset shouldn't end once you leave your morning routine behind. Purposeful living is a continuous practice, and every moment offers an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to what matters most. Throughout the day, pause and remind yourself of your intention. Are your actions still aligned with your values? Are you still moving toward your goals? These check-ins help you stay on track, ensuring that your purpose isn't lost in the chaos of life. The Stoics knew that the way we approach each day shapes the course of our lives. By embracing each day with purpose, we take ownership of our journey, ensuring that we live with meaning, integrity, and fulfillment. Conclusion. Embracing the day with purpose is not just a practice, it's a philosophy that shapes the way we live. The Stoics understood the profound impact of starting each day with intention. By grounding yourself in silence, controlling your reactions, practicing gratitude, visualizing challenges, and committing to your purpose, you transform not just your mornings, but your entire life. When you approach each day with a clear and meaningful intention, you reclaim your time, your energy, and your mindset. You become less a victim of circumstance and more the architect of your own experience. Life becomes less about reacting to what comes your way and more about consciously choosing how to engage with the world around you. So the next time you wake up, remember, you have the power to shape your day. You have the ability to make intentional choices, to act with purpose, and to live a life of meaning. Take the Stoic principles to heart, embrace each day with purpose, and see how this simple yet powerful practice can transform your life, one mindful step at a time.